Podcast drops daily, 6 o'clock Eastern. That is 3 o'clock for those of you in California. And so if you live anywhere between there, figure it out and download it wherever you can get it. And are you listening to the General Flynn screw job currently happening or not happening? Can you imagine having your whole life and your freedom and your liberty at the hands of somebody who cannot put together a Zoom call? There is as much static on this current General Flynn Zoom call as there's going to be static in Joe Biden's earpiece tonight if he decides to show up for the debates. I still don't believe that he's going to be the candidate running for president for the Democratic Party, let alone show up today. We know this. We already know this. Jerome Corsi told us this a week ago. Chris Wallace has already given the debate questions to Joe Biden. They said, Joe Biden, we need an independent person to check your ears and Donald Trump's ears to make sure that there's not an earpiece. That would be a very easy request if you were not wearing an earpiece, to which they said no. The Joe Biden campaign is asking for 30-minute breaks, or are they asking for a break every 30 minutes? Folks, it's only a 90-minute debate with commercials already in there, and he doesn't have the wherewithal to withstand that. You look at what's happening. Look at why they should be having a debate with Joe Rogan. Have a 4-hour conversation and see what their minds are like for 4 hours uninterrupted. And if you can't do that, what makes you think you can run the country? It's as simple as that. So will he show up for the debate tonight? Will he not show up for the debate tonight? Is he going to Nadler in his pants? Is he going to have a senior moment? Is he going to start screaming and yelling about corn pop? We don't know, but we're going to find out. And if it has anything to do with the further lessening of our rights and civil liberties, then you can guarantee that they've already cashed China's check, just like The Rock has cashed China's check, just like Jeff Daniels has cashed China's check. And what is China doing right now? I'll tell you what they're doing right now. Do you know that they're amassing troops in Western Canada right now? Are you aware of that? Do you realize that they are also running billboards in Vancouver to re-implement the one-child policy? That's what's happening. While they're running concentration camps to take care of the Uyghurs. How about this one? Did you know that Jesus killed an adulterous woman? According to the Chinese who changed the Bible, they added that in. What do you think about that? Are you at all surprised that the social justice warriors, that the critical race theorists, that the people who are injecting disorder into a once ordered society in order, to take over? And they're going to, you know how they're going to take over? Via terms of service, via international business, via a medical cover that's going to be put over the planet. And if you don't subscribe to what is being done via vaccination tracing, contact tracing, then you're not going to be able to fly, get a job, drive, leave your house, have money. It's as that simple. You can see it being put around worldwide here in the United States. We're going to be talking about all of this today, like we always talk about the future, on whiskeyandthesurfer.com. Probably also going to talk about, did you see that, for those of us in stand-up, they were doing outside shows in San Diego, in the alley behind the Comedy Store there in La Jolla, and they shut them down. They took every precaution that there was. They shut them down. The Hollywood Comedy Store was having shows in the parking lot, and those were shut down. Meanwhile, down the street at the Laugh Factory, Black Lives Matter and Antifa have blocked Sunset Boulevard, and you're not allowed to drive down that street. That's what's happening in this country, folks. And you think this is about COVID? You think this is about cases? You think this is about deaths? This is about absolute repression and depression. The reason you can't have a comedy show in a parking lot with social distancing, masks, and hand sanitizer is because it would give someone hope. It would give them a good feeling of being a part of the community, and because we learn when we laugh. And that is terrible for this repression campaign that is being run by the DNC and by the Chadcoms in order to come and take your freedom and your liberty, folks. And that's it. So come listen to the podcast. You can get it immediately. I usually put it up between 3 and 3:15 here Eastern Standard Time on the Rockfin app, Rockfin, ROKFIN.com/JT. Or head on over and get the podcast where it drops on the Soundstooth app, on Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Deezer, these nuts, wherever you get it. And that it will be dropping like it does daily, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And of course, johntoll.net is where you get this. Weaponsgradefaith.com has Pitboss 2000 merch. And, well, the best stuff you can find at weaponsgradefaith.com/Big Cartel. And I have a My Shopify, weaponsgradefaith.myshopify.com. So thank you for listening and being a part of this. Will the debate happen? We already see that the fix is in if they're allowing an earpiece, if they're allowing drugs, and they're allowing the questions to be given in advance. The fix is in as much as the ballots are being rigged. And everybody is fighting against your liberty, folks, against your ability to believe and against your ability to be a person of faith here in the United States of America. And why is that? Let's find out.